G'day Ross, just having a quick look at your Omega Quartz. So just having a look here, probably the first thing I notice there is the bracelet. Those tabs there, which I'll just try and get in focus, they're pretty much should be straight, and the reason they should be straight is it holds the bracelet in the position like that, basically, which is just a, yep, that's it there. So it basically holds the bracelet in the position like that, so you don't get that gap there when it bends. It should stay sort of up there. So one thing I'll do is I'll get those back in position and get the bracelet sitting properly, which I think will make a bit of a difference on the appearance. Just having a look at the back of the case there as well, there's a bit of corrosion around there, but I should be able to get rid of most of that, I think. I think a glass brush will just take that straight off. The movement itself looks pretty much perfect. It's got a rate trimmer there, which I'll just get something to point at. That's the rate trimmer there, and the rest of the stuff there is some capacitors and stuff on the tracks, but there's no corrosion or anything like that, so that is all really good news. The bracelet itself is a bit dirty, so that's going to have to go in the ultrasonic. And just having a look at the pins there, I think they're okay. It's a little bit hard to see through the camera, so I'm just going to sort of take it off camera so I can see it with my eyes. They actually look okay, so I'm probably not going to touch those, but what can often happen is these pins here, just on the bracelet, they can get a bit of wear on them, and when they wear they actually start to work out from the side, and what will happen is that they'll fail when you're on a boat in the middle of the ocean or on a 20-story building or something like that. It's always a bad time for it to happen. So just having a look at the pushers there. Yeah, you'll see there how it takes a while to spring back. That should be pretty much instant. So what's actually happened there, that one's not too bad. That one's mushy. This one's particularly mushy. And that one there is pretty bad as well. So what happens is as the rubber inside the rubber on the gasket starts to fail, it softens, and that's just caused by acid and sweat and all sorts of stuff attacking it. But when it fails, they tend to go quite mushy, and they're just horrible. But the worst part of that obviously is that you have basically no water resistance when they go mushy like that. Now this movement I think is held in, so the front there, not too much to say. I think the crystal's pretty good. I probably wouldn't even touch that, so I'd be leaving that in. The gaskets around the outside are nearly impossible to get, so unless you really have to mess with it, I'd just leave it well alone. The back there, I'm not going to put all of that on camera, but that's in pretty good condition, and there's just a gasket there in there that just needs replacing. But yeah, that looks really good. So what I'll do is I'll get started on cleaning up the bracelet and just have a look inside the movement. There's normally not too much to do in these, so it's pretty much just cleaning any stuff off it. Sometimes if there's like an oil spot or something, I'll clean that off with some circuit cleaner, but besides that there's not a lot to go wrong with them. The other thing I can do with these as well, the rate trimmer is not soldered down, so I can check that for accuracy as well. I've got a machine that does that for these, and we'll go from there. So I'll keep you updated. I'll have to see what I can do about ordering some gaskets for these, but it may end up that I might have to find something generic, because Omega parts are actually quite hard to get now. So as of the end of last year, they stopped supplying to the trade, which makes things a bit more difficult. So I'll let you know how I go, and you'll hear more from me soon.